Hello friends, my name's Nick, and welcome to Twisted Takes, where I take a look at some of the more thought-provoking, heartbreaking, and all-around twisted theories, or as I like to call them, takes, on some of the movies and TV shows that have helped to shape our childhood. So, I decided to start off with take number 1 being Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Here we go. So, you ever wonder why a reclusive billionaire like Willy Wonka would hold a secret contest disguised as a tour for a group of seemingly horrible children that he's never even met? Take number 1 on this heartwarming tale isn't very heartwarming at all. The idea goes that good old Willy Wonka is in fact a sadistic child murderer.
Hello. You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.
Not looking for a successor, but in fact luring these awful children to their meticulously planned and grisly deaths. Now let's just think about that for a second. Every child is picked off one by one, room by room, in ways that seem like all too convenient and all too choreographed accidents.
Please, I beg you, Augustine!
Show Pop!
It happens.
All of which, by the way, don't seem to bother Willy Wonka at all. Oh, and speaking of choreographed, how about all those catchy little Oompa Loompa songs?
Oompa, Loompa, Loompa-dee-doo, I've got a perfect puzzle for you. Oompa, Loompa, Loompa-dee-dee, if you are wise, you'll listen to me.
You know, the ones with the children's names and ways of expiration on them. Don't know about you folks, but it seems like there might be something to this one. Now, our second take is a bit darker, which might be why it's my favorite. Many fans over the years have come to speculate that hidden, though not very well, is the fact that the movie is a reference to the 7 deadly sins. Now, before that, let's start off with the riverboat ride. It's clearly a reference to the river Styx and the journey into hell, much like the one we're about to go on.
Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a-blowing? Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing. Are the fires of hell a-glowing? Is the grisly reaper mowing? Yes! The danger must be growing, for the rowers keep on rowing, and they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing!
So, shall we? First on our list is gluttony. Now it's pretty straightforward given the fact that Augustus here is pretty well, let's call it, jolly.
Augustus, how does it make you feel to be the first golden ticket finder?
Hungry.
Any other feelings?
Now if you want to get hardcore with your old world definition, notice I say old world, not biblical, as nowhere in the Bible does God call overeating a sin. Anywho, gluttony is when one's overwhelming desire for food causes others to go hungry. Now, Augustus doesn't quite go that far, but this time with the group is short, and the end is clear that he isn't concerned with his own well-being, let alone the need of the hungry. At all.
Augustus, sweetheart, save some room for later.
Augustus, please, don't do that. My chocolate must never be touched by human hands. Please, don't do that. Don't do that. You're contaminating our entire river. Please, I beg you, Augustus.
Poor Augustus. Next up, we have pride. Now, you know what they say about pride.
Fuck pride. Pride only hurts. It never helps.
And we're all guilty of it in one form from time to time. God knows I am. But Violet here definitely takes the cake. Or was it pie?
Blueberry pie and cream.
It was pie. With an extremely competitive attitude and a compulsive need to be number one.
And that's a world record. It's beating the record held by my best friend, Miss Cornelia Prince Medal. And was she mad? Hi, Cornelia. How are you, sweetie?
Violet is the poster child for pride and the fall that comes with it. Third on the list comes greed. Oh boy, do I love this one. Not just because I believe that little Miss Veruca Salt might actually be the Antichrist.
Make 'em want nights. They don't want to find it. They're jealous of me. You promised I'd have it the very first day.
Hey.
I won't talk to you ever again. You're a rotten, mean father. You'll never give me anything I want.
But also because I think it's one of the most common sins of mankind, often leading to the others. Anyway, back to Veruca. Every word out of her mouth proves she's a spoiled, rotten, demon spawn of a child who wants everything for herself. Hell, she even sings a song called I Don't Care How, I Want It Now.
Don't care how I want it now. Don't care how I want it now.
Yep, pretty damn evil if you ask me. And fourth comes Sloth, personified in this case by Mike Teavee. Now another character would also fit in this spot fairly well, but he shows up later on the list in what most people think to be a pretty good spot. Now Mike is obsessed with TV and all the glorious violent beauty that it provides. Like all of us, really.
Want to catch this?
You like the killings, huh?
What do you think life's all about?
However, he takes it to the extreme. He can't be bothered to break his gaze long enough to even answer a short question.
He won't answer till the station break.
Mike, the country wants to hear from you. The world is waiting, Mike.
Can't you shut up? I'm busy.
Not to mention his mother says she brings his meals right to him. There at the TV. And he never even been to the dinner table.
I serve all his TV dinners right here. He's never even been to the table.
There you have it. Lazy Sloth. And now we've come to lust. And in case it was not apparent, the golden boy Charlie represents this, dare I say, deadliest of all the deadly sins. From the moment we meet this adorable little lad, we can see the lust in his eyes. He also keeps very close tabs on exactly how many tickets were left, all the while believing that none of the other children, save for himself, really deserved their ticket. Oh, and there's that whole fizzy lifting drink shit. You know, where Charlie and Grandpa almost get their goddamn heads lopped off. Jeez. If his lust for chocolate and magical fizzy sodas is bad enough to get the kid nearly killed, I can only imagine how dangerous his lust will be when he hits puberty. Now remember when I mentioned that another character could fit in the sloth spot pretty well? Well, anyone with two eyes and a pulse knows I meant Grandpa Joe. I mean, the guy's been sharing a bed with 3 other old geezers for how long?
In the day. Before you bedridden for the past 20 years, it takes a lot of work to keep this family going.
No. Grandpa Joe represents envy. Now, if you take a closer look at it, it's apparent early on that is the deadly sin Joe is most guilty of. He strongly covets Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, as well as Charlie's golden ticket, going so far as to sing a song as if it were his.
I never had a chance to shine, never a happy song to sing, but suddenly half the world is mine. What an amazing thing, 'cause I've got a golden ticket. It's ours, Charlie.
Not only that, but he repeatedly comments on Charlie's youth, making it pretty clear he's envious of that as well. Last but not least, we have Wrath, in the form that none other than the man himself, Mr. Willy Wonka. Now this one is kind of backed up by our first Twisted Take. You know, where Willy is a real twisted son of a bitch.
Snozberries taste like snozberries.
No, not there. Here.
I want to play a game.
Help. Police. Murder.
Anyway, by the time all is said and done and Willy Wonka is sitting at his desk explaining to Charlie why he will not be getting the factory, he completely loses his shit all over Grandpa Joe.
Uniter delicatum! It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I mean, the fury in his eyes, the rage in his voice, the fact that all these horrible things are consequences of disobeying Wonka, i.e., feeling the wrath. And so we've come to the end of our little Willy Wonka / Dante's Inferno interlude. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I certainly have. Until next time, friends, I'm Nick, and this has been Twisted Takes. Good night.